Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the 1966 Australian 20-cent coin, the very first year of decimal currency in Australia. Some of these coins are worth a lot more than 20 cents, especially rare mint varieties and error coins. In this video, I will explain what makes the 1966 20-cent coin valuable and how much yours could be worth. Let's get started. Let's begin with the design of the 1966 20-cent coin. On the obverse side, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth designed by Arnold Machen. This portrait was used on all decimal coinage at the time and is now remembered as one of the most elegant depictions of Her Majesty. On the reverse, we have the famous platypus design created by Stuart Devlin, who would go on to design much of Australia decimal coinage. The platypus swimming through rippled water gives the coin a uniquely Australian identity, instantly recognizable and loved by the public. With a diameter of 28.65 millimeters, a weight of 11.31 grams, and struck in copper nickel, the coin is both substantial and durable, making it ideal for daily use. But beyond everyday function, it's the history and rarity factors that make the 1966 20-cent coin stand out for collectors today. Now let's talk about minting details. In 1966, the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra had only just been established and was not yet ready to handle the massive task of producing the billions of coins required for decimal transition. As a result, much of the minting was contracted to the Royal Mint in London. The 1966 20-cent coin therefore exists in two main versions, those struck in Canberra and those struck in London. In total, an incredible over 30 million coins were produced for circulation that year, but here the kicker: although so many were minted, certain varieties and error strikes from 1966 are extremely scarce and can command serious money in the coin collecting market. In terms of values, most 1966 20-cent coins found in circulation today are common and worth only face value, especially if they are heavily worn. However, coins in uncirculated condition can start at around $10 to $20, with high-grade examples climbing higher. The real money, however, comes from rare error coins such as the 1966 London 20-cent with a rotated die or examples struck on the wrong planchet. These rarities can fetch hundreds of dollars, with the most dramatic errors bringing $1,000 or more at auction. So even though the standard 1966 20-cent might not seem special, it's always worth checking closely for errors or exceptional condition. Let's now dive deeper into the London Mint variety. Coins struck in London can sometimes be distinguished by slight differences in strike quality, and collectors often note that London struck pieces may show weaker details compared to the sharper Canberra issues. This makes identifying varieties part of the fun for collectors. While both types are relatively easy to find, some error coins from the London Mint are among the most desirable. Collectors often seek rolls of 1966 20-cent coins in hopes of discovering one of these elusive minting mistakes, because they know the right coin can be worth far more than its humble 20-cent denomination. Speaking of errors and varieties, the 1966 20-cent is famous for one particular oddity: the wavy baseline 20. On certain coins, the base of the number 2 in the denomination has a distinctive upward wave instead of the flat base normally seen. This wavy baseline variety is highly prized by collectors and can easily sell for $200 to $500 depending on grade, and sometimes much more in uncirculated condition. It's one of the most sought after Australian decimal coin varieties, and it all began in this very first year of issue. If you find a 1966 20-cent coin in your change, always check the 2 in the date, because you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars. From a historical perspective, the 1966 20-cent coin also represents Australia's leap into a modern economy. Decimalisation made transactions easier and aligned Australia's currency system with international standards. The transition was a major event, with ads, jingles and public campaigns educating Australians about dollars and cents. The 20-cent coin, along with its decimal siblings, became a symbol of this change. For collectors today, owning a 1966 20-cent piece is like holding a little piece of that historic transformation, a reminder of when the nation shifted gears and adopted a new way of doing business. If you are a collector or someone who stumbled upon a 1966 20-cent coin, here what you should do. First, examine the condition. Is it circulated, or does it still have mint luster? Next, check for that famous wavy 2 baseline or any other unusual Features like die rotations, planchet errors, or off-center strikes. If the coin looks promising, consider having it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, especially if it appears uncirculated or shows signs of a rare error. Certified coins tend to sell for higher prices and are easier to move in the market because buyers know exactly what they are getting. For long-term value, the 1966 20-cent coin is a smart addition to any collection. While billions were minted overall, the special varieties high grade examples and error coins are only becoming harder to find as time goes on. Everyday circulation continues to wear down the surviving coins and many get lost, damaged, or melted over the years. That means pristine examples will likely increase in value over time, and because this was the first year of decimal coinage, there will always be collector demand. In other words, if you set aside some high-quality 1966 20-cent pieces today, they could easily become more valuable tomorrow. To wrap things up, the 1966 Australian 20-cent coin is more than just a piece of spare change. It marks a major milestone in Australian monetary history. It carries iconic designs of Queen Elizabeth and the platypus, and it offers collectors the thrill of hunting down valuable varieties like the wavy baseline 20. While most examples are only worth their face value, the right coin in the right condition can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, so always check your change and keep an eye out for those rare features. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Australian decimal coins, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss future videos on coin values, rare varieties, and tips for building your collection. And let me know in the comments, do you have a 1966 20-cent coin in your collection, and have you ever spotted the wavy 2 variety?